All
Dun, dun,
right.
dun.
Aloha, everyone. Hi. Hi,
Hello.
Ginger. Look who's here with me again today. It's Ginger Fae. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing really well today, and thank you so much for being my guest on our chat today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Um,
It means a lot to me. Thank you.
we were talking about the weather, and we both have better weather today than yesterday, that's for sure. Well, we had the craziest wind here, and let me just run through real quick and say hello.
Hey,
Aloha,
Ishi.
Ishi. Thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely.
And Selkie is here too.
Hi,
Aloha,
Selkie.
Selkie. Thank you for coming. You ladies may notice up in the top of the chat, I popped a link in to a YouTube video, and it is a channel called Black Dragon Tower. And it is a gentleman from Scotland, originally from Scotland. I don't know where he is now, but he does a lot of history of mythology, passed down from what he says from his oral tradition from hundreds of years within his family.
There's not enough oral traditions anymore.
Yeah. And so I popped the link in there, and I mentioned his channel, so I can also put that in the comments later on if anybody would like, or down below the comments once our chat goes live. And I just had somebody ding me on my phone. Oh, it's Jonathan.
Let's see.
He just
Let me get here.
he's not here in the chat. He's getting his second vaccination shot right now.
Oh,
So he said after the shot.
Oh, that was our conversation.
Yeah, he said after the shot, while they're having him sit and chill, he'll try and jump in and watch the chat. So yes. So yes, Ishi, I see. Yes, please, down there. I will pop in some links on the comments after this thing gets up on YouTube on my channel. Really interesting gentleman. He talked, I was rewatching some things this morning where he was talking about who are the Aoshe and who are the Tuatha De Danann. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's not what you'd expect. And he also talks about who were the Fae and how did they end up being the little people. He talks about on a different video the Seelie and Unseelie clans of Scotland, and he also talks about the difference between Scottish and Irish Fae, which
that's going to be interesting. I would like to hear that.
And he has a lot of mythology.
They have the clans, Clash of the Clans.
And it's not so much that, he was talking today about how did the Fae end up getting this bad rap as beings that want to harm humans? And he said a lot of it has to do with Christianity and organized religions. Go figure.
Because anything that happened that was bad or negative accidents, they always blamed the Fae.
Well, and the reason they did that is because they didn't want people following the Fae. They wanted people to follow the church. And so he said, should we be afraid of the Fae? And he said, much in the same way, we have a respectful fear for bears and mountain lions and wolves, and I guess sharks would go in there. Oh, and here's Rochelle.
Yes, I was just saying that.
Hi, Rochelle. Thanks for coming.
Hey, Rochelle.
I
have a cousin named Rochelle.
So the Fae are no more harmful or wishing to inflict harm upon humans than many beings in the animal kingdom. Like you wouldn't provoke a bear, so don't provoke a Fae. And he also was alluding to there being some untruths about changelings, and there was another one. Oh, and now it's slipped my brain. That there's some really commonly held beliefs that have some that what we think really isn't what it was back in the day.
Right.
And we're just losing track of these things. Oh, and here's Kristen. Sorry, I'm jiggling. I have my
hey, Kristen.
How are you? Thanks for coming.
How are you?
Probably less than other humans that have ill will for us. Oh my gosh. For all you folks on
For
the
real.
mainland, America, boy, oh boy. Yeah, I listened to 5 minutes of world news yesterday on the radio, and I
you were
was
brave.
floored. I was floored by the goings on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So also, there was some interesting info in there about how do you get a fae, a fair folk, and what's the difference between Aoshi, Tuatha De Danann, and a fairy. So the Tuatha De Danann were gods, goddesses, demigods. And
isn't that the one that you said came from their star
rumored to be celestial beings, rumored to be celestial beings. And he has a video about the origins of all this, of the how the Fae, how the Tuatha De Danann came to Ireland. There, it's up there. I would encourage you guys.
I have to see this. I have to see that now.
But he says the difference between Tuatha De Danann and a Fae being or a fair folk being is that the Fae and the fairies are a product of the demigods mating with humans.
Right. We talked about that.
Yeah. So we have, there's more confirmation about that. Hello.
How are you?
Hi. And welcome. So, so did you do any noodling around with Fae research this week?
No, I haven't had a chance because I've just had it was a rough couple weeks at work, and it's taken on my mental energy. So I have 5 days off to reground, regroup, and refocus a lot. I'm a manager of backbiting women, and I won't go into there.
That's rough.
Yeah, so it's been leaving me drained. I've foregone a lot of my adulting necessities, and so I need to catch up on that too.
Well, my Fae activity this week was out of my lanai. As you guys know, I have a little corner that has a little fairy house, and my little fairy soaking tub that has an ocean view with an oyster shell that I found as their backrest. But I found another oyster shell that was over there, and I thought, oh, well, the wind must have picked this up and blown it, so I put it back where all my other shells are sitting in the dish, and the next morning it was back again where the soaking tub was, and I was like, okay, they've put it there for a reason, and now it's gone. I can't find it anywhere. We had a lot of storms. Yeah, we had a lot of storms over the past few weeks. So I thought, well, it's blown down. So I looked over the ledge of my lanai, and no, it's nowhere to be seen. So I'm guessing it was a really pretty one. It was fairly symmetrical and well defined and shiny and lovely. So
they liked it too.
I'm guessing they've taken it home. Yeah,
check inside your fairy house.
Yeah, well, no, I think I think they've taken it to the underworld. I think it's gone. I can't find it anywhere. Right. So it's not on the top side on Earth on my property right now anyway. So either
we were supposed to have possible tornadoes today, but there were some a little west of me. So I wasn't sure if we would be scrambled, but the sun's out. It's beautiful. You would never know that we had a storm.
Yeah, the weather has gone crazy, right? It's all of a sudden winter here in mid-March. It is mid-March. It's mid-March. We have winter. This morning was the coldest morning that I've felt for the entirety of winter. We've had a lot of rain, terrible winds, flooding. It's nuts.
Well, we had a couple weeks of definitely spring weather. The sinuses felt it. And I thought we never had a winter this year, and I was expecting a harsh winter. And then we have the storm, and it's cooled down a little bit, but I think winter's over.
Yes. And Kristen, to answer the question, yes, he does and that's what actually we were just talking about it. The Aoshi, which the Sidhe, in his videos, there's an A and an O word preceding it, and he pronounces the whole thing Aoshi. Since I'm no good with any of that, I have no gift for language. I'm going with his pronunciation. So what you've got on the screen, he would pronounce as she. And so the difference between the Aoshi and the Fae is that Aoshi and Tuatha De Danann are the demigods, and that Fae are the product of the offspring of the Aoshi and humans. So the Fae would be half human, half Aoshi. Yeah.
So that might be me.
I'm thinking it's all of us. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Yeah. And so, okay, so we've gotten a little bit into this. We thought maybe we'd do a little bit of grounding and centering, but as soon as we come up out of that, if anybody has a question, if you'd like a live reading, you're welcome to pop it into the chat. Ginger's got a couple of decks. I'm doing cold readings today. Oh, hi, Gerald. Hi. Aloha. We had fun earlier this week on our live too. I'm going to be doing. I'm deckless. I'm in my own hidden hollow here, otherwise known as I'm in bed. And I'm going to be doing cold reading.
Deckless and in bed. Oh
Deckless and in bed. Where's Chris when you need him, right? And so, Ginger, what decks do you have for us today?
Today I'm going to use the Tarot of Mystical Moments.
Nice. I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, it is so cool. It's got, if you like surrealistic art, this is your deck.
Yes, pretty.
So that, and then I wanted an oracle deck that had a message on the card. And so I was guided to get the Fairy Guidance Oracle.
Ooh, that's pretty.
This is typically not my kind of fae for me, but I mean, it is cutesy, but I'm an artist, so I love the artwork. And I don't know, I think I'm a little inspired to possibly create my own, maybe Unseelie oracle. We'll see.
Yes, please.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yes, please.
It might have to happen over the summer, but I have all these ideas. I won't go into.
So would the Wild Hunt be a card that would be like the World card? Or would that be like the Star?
Maybe we can collaborate.
That would be, yeah, lots more research is required. So cool. Oh, that's exciting. So let's take a few moments to just tap in, everybody, to just kind of get ourselves grounded, reach out to the Fae, and oh, wait. Before we go under.
Hi, Aquarius Isle.
Yes. Yes, and do it, Ginger. Yes, indeed.
I haven't drawn in so long, but man, I have these ideas. I just need to put it to paper now.
Sweet. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to take my glasses off, and let's do just a very quick little grounding, centering, and we'll call in our Fae and our other supporting team for the day. So everyone, if you'd like, just be relaxed. Feel free to close eyes. Take a nice, relaxing breath. And focus on your heart space. I'm not sure who's sending the love, but my heart space just turned beautiful shade of pink. So whoever is sending that love, thank you so much. So let's imagine that heart space, that light within there expanding and filling up the entire inner landscape of our being from our head to our toes. And the first thing that we'll do with that energy is we'll ground to Mother Earth. So we're going to collect that energy and push that out through the soles of our feet down to the core of the earth. So take a nice deep breath in and out, sending that energy down deep, deep, deep to the very core of Mother Earth. Mother Earth hears our call and responds to us by sending her unconditional love up through the soles of our feet, past our ankles, up our legs to our knees, on up higher, up our legs to our hips. Starts to now fill our bellies and our spines from our tailbone up, past our diaphragm and stomachs to our lungs, and between our shoulder blades and up to our throat, to our shoulders. Spills down our arms, past our elbows and wrists to our fingertips, and now climbs higher through our throats, up to the top of our head. And now we feel a continuous connection to Mother Earth. We breathe her in, and she shares our breath. As we now turn our focus to the heavens and prepare to send that same energetic beam up to Father Sky through the crown chakra at the top of our head. So take a nice deep breath in and out, sending that energy up high into the heavens to Father Sky, who hears our call and sends down his wisdom and patience through the top of our head to our throat, and from our shoulders spills down our arms, past our elbows and wrists to our fingertips, continues down our spine, fills our lungs and bellies, down to our tailbone and hips, on down our legs, past our knees, to our ankles and the tips of our toes. And now we feel that continuous, unbroken connection to Father Sky as well. We breathe him in as he shares our breath, and the Mother and the Father meet within us in a perfect union. And I'll say my clearing prayer of Mother, Father, Goddess, and God. We thank you for your presence with us now, as you are with us always. We demand that any negative energy in our spaces be gone now to the light and its highest good, and that any teachers or guides that come to share their wisdom with us do so now in the beauty way only. We believe and trust in the truth and power of this moment, and so it is.
Thank you, Betsy. I haven't spit my gum out.
That was nice.
It was nice. Very nice.
Oh, and wait, Gerald has a comment here. I think Ginger Fae has to do it, or they're not going to leave you alone. It's entirely possible. Entirely possible. So if anybody has a question, feel free to pop it in the comments, or if anybody has a comment about that little grounding clearing ceremony, any questions, pop it in. And would you be open to giving us a card of direction for this? Our little time together? Yeah.
Let me... Do we want animal spirit or spirit cards?
Whatever you feel like is presiding over our chat, and what that symbol would be.
Come on now. Well, this one's trying to hide, so we just went through cleansing and transition, and well, some of us are going through transition and change, both spiritually and physically. Well, not physically. All the illnesses, you know. putting him back just in case that's a message. Okay. But for the group, for the wonderful souls that are here visiting us now, what message we have? Breathe in. Okay, we have, appropriate. There. Light vision. Light spirit is about intuition, guidance, and vision.
Nice.
It's beautiful.
Oh, I love the parrot.
There's two.
There's two. Oh, I see. There's another one that's
I think,
kind of
don't they mate for life as well?
They do.
Me.
Yes. If you've ever known anyone that has had birds for pets, you know how protective they are. They're human too.
Yes. Yes.
If they're the only bird in the home, then their human is their mate. And boy, are they protective of that human.
Yeah. Yeah. So, did we have any questions? I can't find.
I haven't seen a question yet. So go ahead, guys.
Okay.
Pop your question in. And meanwhile, feel free to do a general for me, because as I've mentioned, I'm working on a project. And so a little check-in with how that's going. If there's anything that I need to be aware of, would be much appreciated.
Okay. Project. Exciting. Project.
And actually, Kristen did have something up here too. So we'll come back to that. I'll pop it up, and then we'll do our little fun reading, and then we'll come back. Kristen said she felt more of a call from the she than the Fae for some reason. Okay.
Okay. For your project, I love this. Okay. For the Hierophant. That wise old owl. So something with this project, you're either going to be teaching or both teaching and learning from a using a higher perspective. Maybe calling upon more ancestral wisdom to help you along with this, but you have whatever it is going to be very intriguing. Hi, Jonathan. It's going to be very intriguing to those who are a party to this. And this is awesome because I have the Knight of Swords. And look how she's on that feather flying through the power of the sword. Is it a writing project?
That's a component of it, yeah.
A component of it, okay. So, the quill is mightier than the sword.
Yep. And is mightier than the sword, absolutely.
Yeah. So, so I just see you calling upon this wonderful wisdom to assist you, and through celestial, there's a moon in the background. So definitely having some celestial assistance with this. And then, there's writing on her dress. It's a newsprint.
Oh.
This right is worth the cost. But we don't know what comes before that right word. So, okay. So it comes at a slight cost to you, whether it's time, your effort. I'm guessing it's time. You got to put a lot of time into it, but it's worth it. And you take your time and, perfect it. And you're just going to soar with this project. And she's taking, it says swords, but it looks like she's taking a wand and cutting through the clouds with that. So cutting through.
Oh, yeah, it looked like a big blade covering the front. But now I see that it's not that, is it?
Right. So any kind of
awesome.
obstacle or fog, you know how sometimes you get foggy and you can't quite, you have that vision, but you can't get it outward. you're going to be able to cut through that no problem. And I hate to sound so cliche, but you're going to soar to new heights with this.
Perfect. That couldn't be better. That couldn't be more perfect.
So
Yay.
is this a secret? Are you going to share?
Well, I'm in the midst of trying some new things with marketing. So
Okay.
I'm gonna be there'll be some changes coming
That
up.
makes sense with her newsprint.
Doesn't it though? When
my
you said there was
gosh.
writing on a dress and it was newsprint, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
actually that language of newspaper titles is part of the project that I'm going to be labeling some things that needs to be eye-catching, like the heading for
That's
a
neat,
newspaper
because
article.
even our little owl is got a book there.
Yeah.
So, and you know, that
Yeah.
old tree has been there forever. It's been hit by lightning, but look, it's still flourishing. So, absolutely wonderful. Do
Oh,
that.
that's
Yeah.
awesome validation. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
those roots are grounded. That tree's not going anywhere, and it's a stable post for you to launch upon.
cool. I'm going to catch up on a little
Ooh,
bit
I'm
of the
getting a little
chat.
tingling over here.
Yay.
I'm getting my
We said
tingle.
aloha to Jonathan. Hi.
Yeah.
And Ishi said she felt the energy, the grounding energy today. So yay. So yeah, absolutely. That's way cool. Wait, Gerald said something about that. Oh, sorry, everything flipped. If you're working on translating hidden information that needs to help the collective cut through illusion.
There you go. I like that.
I'm not going to say that's a no. It's not going to be labeled as such. Is it old information? Yeah. And it's probably linked more to remembering who we are than, but it definitely is going to be a little bit about illusion busting, certainly.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty
So
right on, Gerald.
Yeah, like, and some ancestral knowledge coming through, perhaps help cutting through that. They're like saying, no, that's fallacy.
Yeah, I don't. It's too soon for me to define it yet. It's a little too soon. But you guys know how I work, that there's a lot of that kind of stuff coming in too. And we're starting to get a bunch of questions.
Yeah.
So folks, we all know my mod skills are kind of weak. So I will just start at the top and I'm going to slowly scroll through. If I miss anybody.
Ishi I'll watch Ishi. She's got a blue wrench there.
Oh, see, I don't have anything at all lit up on mine.
You said that it doesn't show.
Doesn't show.
So I see Rochelle.
Rochelle, it looks like it's the first one. If I miss anybody, it's not intentional. Just cue us down at the bottom, and we will come back. So, I would so Amethyst Ascension, aka Rochelle, said, I would love a reading for the upcoming month of April, if you could please. I got something right away, but I think I want to wait to see what you've got, Ginger, before I start yammering away, because I got something
while you yammer away.
really strong right away. Jonathan, by the way, I'm going to pop this up real quick. I just got my second shot sitting here at the hospital for 15 minutes. Very good. Very good. And yes, so Jonathan was talking about maybe being on with the group on Jilly's channel tomorrow, and maybe not, depending on how he's feeling. And I think everybody expects that day after the second shot to be kind of a rough day. Let me see if I've got anything else for Rochelle. No, I've got the same message.
Are you going first? You want me to?
I know. I want to. I'm being instructed to wait for the cards.
Okay.
Sorry I'm so jiggly today, guys. I have my laptop on a pillow, so every time I move, my camera jiggles. But Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use two decks. I'm going to pull two cards from the Simple Moments, and then I'll have a clarifier, a little fairy deck. Okay. All right, Rochelle. Oh my goodness. Okay, hang on.
I'll take this down so you can show the cards.
Okay, so first I get the Queen of Pentacles. Look how lovely she is.
Beautiful.
Okay, so queens, of course, are all about creating their space, their own space, being in the abundance of what they create for themselves. This is such a beautiful picture. I can't stop staring at it. So this is beautiful. Her dress is made of flowers. She's got bunnies around her. You know, the abundance of all that is. For me, Queens of Pentacles were always about loving your gifts and your talents, loving them, flourishing in them, whether it be baking, drawing, or using our spiritual talents. It's just mastering that position and holding space for it. I laughed because the devil also is there. So there's an unseelie there. So, but for me, having the two together is that it's okay to take some risks and to let your inhibitions go and reach out there for what you think you would be. There's naysayers out there. Go beyond them, go past them. This is something that's going to be successful, whatever you're thinking about doing. And it's just going to add a little spice to that cake you're baking. And okay, so the clarifier is sanctuary. Within your heart, a space of regenerating sanctuary awaits. So I'm trying not to figure out how to.
There you go.
I wish the picture would be prettier. The colors are much prettier. So, the queen is all about creating her space and creating that sanctuary. I think you're needing some of that time for yourself to do what you love and to get, if you have been putting something off that brings you joy, getting back into that. But I also see you moving forward with something, a project that's a little spicy. The only thing I can think of is just a little spicy. And there's webs around her, but you're the one creating the webs. You're not the one getting stuck in the web.
Okay, I can't say
webs we weave.
Okay, I got to jump in. I'm going to interrupt you right now because from the very beginning, when I saw the word April, I heard somebody holler, April Fools. Don't be the April Fool. So, Rochelle, whatever new collaboration that you are preparing for coming up next month, as the queen, Ginger said it, knows how to make her space and her sanctuary and the devil and the webs. If there is someone new that you are bringing into collaboration, to hold your scepter high and keep them in their lane, that they may be trying to
it's just naysayers. They're trying to
take over. I'm getting take over.
They want to disrupt your energy.
Yes, I'm getting someone who's coming in on the terminology of collaboration that has ulterior motivation. not necessarily bad, and not trying to do harm, but just has some motivations for their own furthering that will eventually not show respect for others. So so we're working with the Fae, and so Seelie and Unseelie. That's what I'm getting is if there's this new collaboration coming on board for April, to keep them in their lane, to make sure that they are aware of who's the queen and who's the princess, and who drives what.
Trying to see.
And if that makes sense. Let me see. Yeah, let me look down below if we have Devils in the Web, interweb.
Oh yeah, Capricorn, Devil's Capricorn. You're going to laugh because I'm a Capricorn, and so my cards are the Queen of Pentacles and the Devil. I have some awesome stuff coming up in April. That's good.
I don't know that I have.
I'm at the very bottom now.
Yeah, I just have wonderful. Thank you very much. So mine, if you're on your phone, mine has to catch up.
Oh, okay. Where are you getting yours from?
Oh no, here it is. It's up a lot higher.
Jonathan says we do look like sisters.
Yeah, I saw that. I am a Capricorn, and so my cards are the Queen of Pentacles and the Devil. I'm sticking with what I got.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with what I got on that one. Okay.
Oh, darn it. I just lost my spot.
Yes, I think Aquarius Owl was next. I'm going to pop you up, and I'm thinking of two very different subjects for a writing project. Go with the serious, dark, or lighthearted, childlike story. I got the lighthearted straight away on mine. That the world is dark enough right now. I think there's a time and the place for the dark, and what I'm getting is that the dark would be good to begin in kind of the latter half of summertime, like August going into fall, that as we transition into the darker months, that the storyline will kind of bloom. The darker subject, the darker story will resonate better going into that. But right now, the world needs some lightness. And that's what I got. So, Ginger, take it away, Ginger.
All right. Let's see. Aquarius Owl. Dark or light? Dark or light? Okay. So it's a writing project. I get the Hierophant again, and he is illuminated in the dark. So maybe you will be bringing people out of the dark space with your more lighthearted. What was the question again? The childlike story. Yeah. So you might, how some of these fairy tales have a moment of darkness in them, and then the light beings come in and rescue them, and everything's all happy. People want to see that we can come out of a dark area, dark place in our lives. But if you do that, make it very brief, very brief, because here this owl's in the darkness, but he's so illuminated. And that's funny. And there's a childlike person in the tree. So I think that is so neat. Then I got the Ten of Cups. So it's going to be successful for sure. There we go.
That's a great card.
And then there's the rainbow. I love it because he's a whale shark. And she's the seaweed. So is it a
Oh, is she a Kelpie?
yeah. It, is it somewhat going to be not necessarily a love story, but I almost see a Hansel and Gretel thing for some reason, like brother and sister or an adventure of some sort. So if you can let me know what, well, you don't have to because you're writing it. So, and then for clarification, please. I don't know.
I'm
And I
so
love that I
attracted
pulled the
to.
owl for Aquarius owl.
Yes. My guides are so attracted to your children's story.
Yeah.
They're really attracted to it. That it has almost like a fable. They're saying the word fable, not fairy tale, fable quality to it. That
Ooh, okay.
they're loving it.
Yeah,
They're really
I
attracted
just,
to it.
for some reason, the image of Hansel and Gretel came to my mind. I don't know why. They come out of a dark forest anyway. So your fairy inspiration is about meditation. Meditation will bring you clarity of mind and sense of inner peace. So obviously, they're saying meditate on it, but meditate for clarity. Meditate for yes, definitely for the direction, which way to go. But yeah, I just see that Hansel and Gretel type
Oh,
of
so
thing.
do you have more storyline accumulated for the darker story than and more like an idea on the lighter story? If so, don't let that sway you to go for it with the lighter story. That and the meditation card, yes, ask for help. Ask
Yeah.
for help from your guides. Um, absolutely, ask for some help
And this
getting that furthered. That it'll come.
and this, out of the dark depths of the ocean comes that rainbow and the lightness and the yeah, I see you doing both, but make
Yeah.
sure it's
Yes.
happy ending. Make sure it's a happy ending.
Yeah. Cool.
Did
Okay.
she
So
say anything?
um I'm not going to lose my spot. I'm on the next question
Yeah,
for
I'm trying
sage
not to.
advice.
Yeah.
If you could go down to the bottom, you go to the bottom and check it out, see if we've got anything
Okay.
down.
Okay. All right. So yeah. Um, where are we? Oh. Okay. Is a girl taking over her grandmother who watches over a fairy garden?
Oh, no
Oh.
wonder they like it so much.
She was thinking more middle grade, as in children middle grade, or just writing the middle of light and dark
Middle
together.
age, yeah. No,
Um,
I love it. I love it.
okay.
Because then you're talking about someone who's of an age where they understand the responsibilities being
Yeah.
like a conservator that oversees, that is caretaking something that belongs to their grandchildren. I kind of dig it.
I love it.
Cool.
Okay.
All righty. So let's pop up here with Sage Advice Tarot, who is working on a huge creative project. A general reading on it would be greatly appreciated. Thanks. And Ginger, I'm going to let you pull your cards because I've got
I must shuffle.
yeah, I've got
Okay, there's a lot of ideas for sure flying around.
yeah.
I am not one of those who reads droppers unless it flies up. Okay. Sage 5.
Yeah, so while Ginger's getting her cards, I'm in admiration of your organizational skills there.
What?
For sage advice, yes. What I'm seeing in my head, if what I'm seeing in my head is really what's going on, I'm in admiration of these organizational skills. That there is Yeah. Your ability to keep all the plates spinning on their respective sticks. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it. That's a strength in itself, right? That's kind of a superpower. Um, the ability to juggle and
Yeah.
stay
Speaking of juggling,
stay clear and focused while juggling. Yeah.
yeah.
So what'd you get, Tim?
Okay, so one flew up right on the table. It is the Fool. So with your creative project, the Fool, you know, if you remember when we were children, our mind was freer and our imagination was just limitless. And so I often like to tell people, let's get back to that childlike persona, that energy, because we're so clouded now with the what's going on in the world. We need to somehow be able to let all that go and free our mind again and let and let those images come to you and free flowing. And I also got the King of Pentacles. So I see that whatever you're going to be doing is very successful. But in your success, you remain humble and balanced. This guy's balanced on his the stag's antlers, and the money is very well balanced. So I see a lot of success in here for that. And he's standing up there with so much confidence too. So I see you just being very creative with this, and a lot of ideas blooming and blossoming, and it's going to be very successful, and it's going to put you through a little bit of a transformation. I have transformation here. Let me see the fairy. It says the process of self-transformation will open your eyes to the timeless truth of yourself. So again, I'll say take that back to your roots of your what do I say? I'm always in touch with my inner child. So take some time for yourself to go back to that younger you, where your mind was freer and more imaginative, and hold that space for yourself. And you may find a new sense of transformation within you that will help propel you forward. Not propel you forward, just bring a new spark within your heart is what I'm feeling that will do. And then Betsy, while you do that, I'm going to go find out what that stag means.
Okay. So in I've still got the image of all the plates spinning and your ability to keep things organized and to keep things moving. I'm also getting that there's some compartmental can't say it. You have to compartmentalize quite a bit of this project, because this has to be attended to, that has to be attended to, and it doesn't seem like you can do them in a particular order. Complete this task before you pick up this task. It seems like there's an element of things needing to be processed and furthered simultaneously. Your ability to keep things going is golden, very, very strong. But what I'm getting is to remember to be patient, because you do have to spread your focus out among these simultaneous developments, that it's going to seem like the individual things aren't closing. They're not finishing up. And it's an illusion. Things are moving along and things will all culminate on time in a timely manner, but not to lose your patience with it. That if you find yourself getting frustrated or losing it, as Ginger said, don't for I can't even do it no matter how hard I try. As Ginger, forget it. As Ginger said, yeah, it escaped me today. I'm still going the wrong way. There we go. As Ginger said, carve out some of that time for yourself. That if you find yourself getting a little frustrated or being disappointed with how long it seems to be taking, to step away, get a little time to yourself, and come back to it. Come back to it from time to time. Take a little break. I'm gonna pop it back up here, and
I went and looked up.
below.
So I'm getting both an elk and a deer in this, and it does say be gentle with yourself. You heal with the powers of love. See the light in all things and acknowledge your self-worth and grace. Celebrate your accomplishments with humility. So remember when I said he remains humble during his successes. You're crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you, and your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. I love the spirit animals oracle, by the way.
Nice.
Plug. No.
Nice.
So,
Yeah. I hope that makes sense. You can always pop a comment down below if you need clarification. I'm going to move on to Cass's question next. Cass is Ginger's proud son. Hi, all. Hi, Ma. Could you give me a general about my ambitions? I'm curious to see what the cards say. Yeah, I remember we took a look at this a little bit last time.
Yeah, it was about his college, and this one's about his future ambitions.
I got something. Let me. I got a little bit of a nudge, but let me just take a little breath here and see what.
Okay.
Okay. And so I'm going to go ahead with mine, and we'll have Ginger clarify on this one because I got. Don't put the cart before the horse. To not be looking so far ahead that you forget to enjoy the ride. That there is lots of time for you to have your nose to the grindstone. That there should be some balance for you at this point in your life about making sure you enjoying the days, enjoying the individual days, that you allow yourself to have some playtime. And this will be something good because your ambitions are big enough that you may be a person who will get so focused on working and furthering that you become a little bit of all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And so if you allow yourself in this time and while you're young to begin to develop a very clear understanding of the balance between work and play and the importance of the play, that this will be a habit that will serve you well going forward as you mature, to never lose sight of that balance. Because many people who are out of balance on the work have lost their families because of that, because they have forgotten how to play. And the families, the initial attraction of this hardworking person, at the end, it becomes the chain around your neck that people become disenchanted with that. So developing a healthy understanding of the balance and the importance of playtime with your work right now will serve you very well going forward in your life. And not to be hard on yourself to play. And nobody's going to go to jail for spending an hour in a museum, right? And an hour in a museum can do a world of good for the mind. To just step back from life for a while and lose yourself in experience, go to a movie, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I like that because he's had to grow up fast, and not take enough I tease him once in a while that it's a shame that this society is so missing out from when we were young. We went out exploring in the woods or the swamps or whatever. We were always exploring outside and outdoors, and I think this generation is really missing out on that. And now he's putting his nose to the grindstone with college and then taking on a part-time job too. So yeah, I agree there. He needs some time for himself, and he's just being bombarded with all this adulting still. And again, with the staying in touch with the inner child, that's so important. Once you lose touch, that's when you age and get old and become grumpy old people.
Yeah, and there's some flexibility to those who understand the importance of play. What's that saying? Be like bamboo, to be able to flex and spring back and
Yeah,
not become
yeah.
brittle.
Right.
Um,
Strong but
yeah, I hope that makes sense.
yeah. So I've got the Eight of Cups for him. So in this image, she's on a path. At some point, he will have to leave home, but this is not about that. You have, hang on. Because the Eight of Cups is about leaving something behind that means a lot to you, that there'll be sadness in leaving that, but you have to know that you're leaving it for something of a higher purpose. So you have to, enjoy the moment you're in, have that goal in mind, enjoy the process getting there, but just know that you are being guided for your highest good. And if you're getting a call to action, you can't say, but I don't want to leave whatever. That's when you go inside yourself, ask your guides for assistance in that. But just know that you're always being guided on the path for your highest good, and trust yourself, trust your vision, trust your instincts. And then we have the Knight of Wands. I love that. Jumping through that hoop of fire. Wands is about action. Wands about that Knight of Wands is just that quest. He's on that quest, and knowing Brendan as I do, the quest for creativity, fire, passion. You need to take those leaps and bounds. Go after what you want. Um, but at the same time, she is not in that valiant pose. She's enjoying that ride through that fire, enjoying her ride along that horse. She's got a smile on her face. So in riding side saddle, she's not clinging to that beast to go through that hoop. So therefore, she's I lost what I was saying. Very relaxed, very enjoying the moment. Don't rush things. Don't hold on too tight to things that might not be for your highest good. Always step back, use discernment in your decisions, and keep heading that path. Keep going on that path, and don't let obstacles deter you for that. And you have a choice. You're in control of the choices set before you. Don't let people make your decisions for you. You can get advice. You take their advice, say, I will meditate on that. Always do what you feel is right. Don't let people tell you what to do and sway your vision, sway your path. Just remain true to yourself.
Lovely. Very nice. Thank you, Ginger.
Yeah.
And This is hard to believe, but we've been on for an hour already.
No way.
Yeah. And
Ah,
I only found one other question down
okay.
below, and I'm going to pop it up, and I'd like to say something about it as soon as I pop this up. This is from Radiantly Beautiful 24/7, who asks, can you describe my future partner? And for
Hmm.
myself as a medium and channel, no, I cannot. I don't do fortune telling, and I don't do predicting. Um, I'm a conduit for your spiritual team to communicate the information they deem important for you at this time. So, Ginger.
Well, what we could do is not describe your future partner, but perhaps give you an idea of what to um how do I want to say this? Well, we'll have to see what the cards say, but it's either going to say what discernment do you need in looking for that future partner. Because we could tell you one thing, but you could take a left turn at Albuquerque and miss that person we were describing. And
Free will.
there's free will. So that's why it's not always to predict future, because every little decision you make, like one day I wanted to go home. I was in a hurry. I got stuck behind a truck, and oh my God, I don't have the patience for this. I will feel better if I take the long way around. Even if it's going to take me longer, I won't be so stressed. Lo and behold, I see a gas station. I look down, I'm on empty. There's reasons why we get deterred on our path sometimes.
Right.
And so, yeah, the only thing I can do is think about is possibly, let's see who you're looking for. Still, that's not.
What my guides are telling me is, this is really kind of interesting the way they've put it, is
What can I tell her?
if you're a member of a dance company and your dance partner you are to join with them as a part of that dance company, which I just love it, because the symbol of the dance partner, my future partner, doing the dance with a partnership, right? So if you're part of a dance company and your partner is also a part of a different dance company, but all of a sudden, and you're destined to meet next a year from March, so next March, and you break your ankle in June and you don't dance anymore. Does that mean you'll never meet your partner? I don't believe that.
Yeah.
So
I just had to ask, what can I tell you, that might be of assistance? And I got the Nine of Wands, and it seems to me, I could be way off base, but it seems to me you have some healing to do first before you start looking for a partner. Um, you know, it looks as though you've had some hard times, and you don't want to bring that energy to that new partner. And a lot of people will see, our energies recognize each other. And right now, if you're in a space of healing, your energy is like confined right now. You're not shining yet. And as soon as you start shining and do some inner healing, that's when you'll start attracting, energy attracts like things. If you're saddened, you're and feeling hurt, you may end up attracting a narcissistic type person, because they're like, oh, she needs healing. I'm going to, pretend to be that gallant man. You need to heal inside to become a stronger person, a more confident person. And the fairy card I pulled out was enlightenment. Enlightenment will unearth your higher consciousness. Sorry. So I just see that there's some inner healing that needs to be done before you try to figure out who you're looking for. Because once you heal, once your lights start shining, the right person will come along. And you need to work on manifesting. What do you want in a person? But leave room for unconditional love, because they might have bits and pieces, but you got to leave room to accept new energy as well, and not limit your manifestations. Be open to what your guides, the universe, has planned for you, and trust in that.
I like my short version of that one I saw a long time ago was, and everybody tells you this, to make out that list of the qualities that you're seeking in a partner, but then every morning wake up and go out into the world and try to become that person.
Yeah. You are what you attract. You attract what you are.
I'm going to pop this up real quick.
Yep.
Lady Knight of Avalon, Maria says, remember how I asked the question about my fear of dogs? And I do remember. Well, my chosen person got his puppy today and he looks adorable. I think I'll be fine. Fingers crossed. Oh, that's good news. That's good news. Yes, very good news.
I pulled one last card for her, Page of Pentacles. So you are in the beginning stages of healing.
Yeah.
And she's, so I hope that was helpful. I know it's not the answer you were looking for, but you know.
Yeah, and Ishi asked if Radiantly Beautiful was still here, but we haven't gotten an answer back. And
right.
But I actually need to dash relatively soon because I have to go pet sitting.
Oh, that's
you
right.
Guys know I'm going to be pet sitting, so
I pet sitted some opossums once. Some baby opossums were so cute.
Yeah. So tomorrow, if anybody will be watching on Jilly's channel, the roundup of the first after the first quarter of the year, the roundup of where we are, you may be seeing some critters in the background.
That'd be funny.
That will be fun.
There's a lot going on lives tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
well, yeah, we'll see how it goes. And
thank you everyone for coming.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. And thank you, Ginger, so much for being with us all today. Yes. So I'm going to sign off to the group. Stay with me, Ginger. And thank you, everyone. A hui ho and aloha.
Blessings.